Welcome fucking back, Playgirls.
Open your playbooks and pop a few cherries.
Because we are turning to a new page of the Playgirl Playbook. Yowza! Cherry bombs away. Tit one, tit two. A little bit. How did you manage to spill it on both tits? Tit one, tit. Oh, wait, I have.
We're just chaotic.
There's fully rings of tequila on our boobies.
It'll dry.
I love this kind of energy.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're fully recording at like 10 p.m. at night. We're fully going out after this.
Fully going out after.
Yeah, so we're just kind of having a little few drinkies, having a little bit of fun. A little bit of girl time.
A little bit of girl time.
So what the fuck is new with you this week? What is your cherry check-in?
A little fun thing happened to me this week.
Fun, we'll call it that.
So on Saturday, my apartment got broken into.
Cute, flirty, casual.
Very demure, very not mindful. And my Louis Vuitton bag was stolen and my bagels out of my fridge.
Whoever it is, for legal purposes, we have to pretend we don't know who.
For legal purposes, I will not say anything more on the subject, but that's all.
That's all, folks. We have a missing LV bag on the streets.
Yep.
If you see a big, nice-sized duffel bag, Louis Vuitton, that doesn't look like a certain man should be holding it, maybe stop him.
Maybe stop him.
And say, hey, give that back to our Playgirl Catherine.
Yes.
Plus the, like, $2 bagels.
Plus the bagels, which, like, you're going to steal my bagels?
The bagels?
Like, are you that petty?
That's personal.
That's personal.
The bag, like, I get it.
I get, like,
the bagels?
the bagels.
Personal.
So since my apartment got broken into, I'm now terrified. So I set up cameras in every inch of my apartment, and now I have a full Ring doorbell.
That is on high alert.
A particle of dust floats by. My Ring doorbell's like, hey,
Yep.
look outside.
What's going on?
What's going on? So try me, bitch.
You were just like Handy Woman, like Miss Handy Woman, set up a whole ring
I did.
by yourself.
I did. I was pretty proud of myself. I hung it up all alone and everything.
It also looks so menacing. Like it has like a cage around it, so it looks like a badass ring. Let me tell you,
It is.
It's not like a cute little like, oh, I am just here in case. It's like a don't fuck with me kind of ring.
I bought an all blacked out one too.
Yes,
I didn't want the cutesy little silver one. I
No.
wanted the industrial blacked out.
like industrial cage around
Yes.
it. Like it looks intimidating.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
You know, some shit has happened when someone has not a single other apartment on
No.
the whole, not a single other room on the whole fucking floor has a ring, and then yours does, and I'm
Yep.
like, how you know some shit's going, some shit's going down. So that's a cherry pit.
That's a cherry pit. That was my week.
Anyway, so mine is a. Moving on from a break-in. It's like news. It's like a newscast.
No, literally.
We're like, and on to the next disaster. I have a cherry on top.
Great. Let's hear about it.
So I'm very excited to announce I've received an incredible offer. Very excited about this job prospect.
Okay.
Actually, after the first episode, I have been approached to join a feet pic selling ring. And I'm just really excited about my possible budding career as a foot model.
Which is so funny.
Because my feet are ugly.
Because your feet are ugly. But you want to know what? The people that I've heard this, the people that want to buy feet pics like gnarly, ugly feet. So you might have a good niche here.
I am a supermodel then.
This might be your calling.
I am a fucking super model for feet. Face, feet, yeah.
Oh my God. First of all, face, not you're fucking hot.
Thanks,
so
baby.
shut the fuck up. But your feet.
Silence. She goes silent. You go, your feet?
I heard it's like, what's it called? Footfinder.com.
So apparently,
Yeah.
no. I got the tea.
Oh.
Don't use Feet Finder, whatever it is.
Oh.
Don't use it.
What is it?
Apparently, the people that are on that, I fully got the lowdown. I'm not lying to you.
Oh my
I
God.
fully got the lowdown from this person. So, no, that is actually a bad app, apparently,
okay.
because you have to pay the app to be promoted on it, apparently. And so there's actually way better ways. I low-key just got the rundown on how to do it.
Okay.
So if you see some ugly-ass Bridge to Terabithia toes, know that I'm making my debut.
Knowing that you're making your coin, baby.
I'm getting that fucking bag.
If you see us in Dubai, you'll know why.
in the next few weeks we go to Dubai, you know what I did.
You know why.
No, and this, I don't know if I want to say this, but like this girl, dude, she's been traveling so much, and I've always been like, that's so funny. I don't know what she does.
Like,
for
what do you do for a living?
No, I literally was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, she must have some cool remote job.
Come to find out.
And now I'm like, oh, I mean, fully support. Like, I don't give a fuck, man. I fucking love it. Get your bag
I
how
love
you
it.
get your
your
bag.
coin, baby.
You know, like, get it how you get it.
That is iconic.
And she was like, no, the hours are super flexible. You get to work when you want. I was like, wait, why am I kind of tempted?
I mean, like, how hard can it be?
I'd have to do some research. I don't even know how you compose feet to make them look good. Like, what is a sexy toe photo? Like, a thirst trap, I got you. A foot photo, I'm like, does it need to be in something? Like, should it be in sand?
know.
Should it be coming out of like sand? Should it be coming out of like water? Like a bath? Like a good like water?
like a sudsy bath?
Yeah, and like your toes are like covered. Like, what makes a good foot photo?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Write in if you fucking
Write
know.
in.
Write
Let us
in.
know, babe.
Playgirls want to know what makes a good foot photo.
Also, the amount of people that have foot fetishes, it's wild. I feel like you would never know how many people have it. But I feel like a lot of people do. They just don't talk about it.
We've successfully talked about toes in the last 3. Okay, episode 4. You can hold us to it. We will not talk about
We will
toes.
not be talking about feet. Off limits.
We are cut off. Okay, but one of the things I also wanted to mention on that whole little topic, we're like, yeah, Playgirls, get your bag
Yeah,
how you're gonna
do
get it. Like, live your life. Like, if it gives you that flexibility in remote work, like, fucking do it.
Yes.
But you know what pisses me off?
What?
Is when guys compare like posting hot photos on Instagram to having like an OnlyFans or like selling photos or like that shit. Like, knock it fuck off. Knock it off.
I hate it.
Told you.
The Ring doorbell has spoken. I hate it whenever you start dating a man and they're like, oh, you're not allowed to post pictures anymore. You can't post bikini pics anymore. You can't post this. You can't post that. Why are you posting that selfie? Who are you posting that for? Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
Before we started dating, you loved all of that shit. And now, as soon as we start dating, oh, I can't post that shit anymore? But you're liking other girls who post it on Instagram still?
Riddle me that.
Riddle me that. Why
motherfucker.
can't I post it, but you're still gonna like other girls' bikini pics while we're dating, but I'm not allowed to post a bikini pic? Make it make fucking sense. If you don't want to date someone hot, date someone ugly.
If you're so insecure you can't deal with a hot girl who also will take hot photos because we're hot and we celebrate that we're hot,
Right.
as we should.
If you can't handle our confidence,
Next
bye.
in line.
And also, we're not posting it for male attention. We're not posting it for any other reason besides the fact that we just love the way we look.
Yeah.
And
And
we're
work
posting it for
hard, you know.
ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we work hard for our bodies. So,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
fuck you. It's just they're insecure and they want to bring you down to make you also feel insecure.
Yep, so to the OnlyFans Instagram argument, it is not the fucking same.
It's not the same.
I'm doing it for free.
The white lemur.
Catherine and I have been joking that recently that like lemur stuffed cat looking thing, as Nia joins the chat, is actually us all the time. We're
the
just like
time.
this. Like, what do you want? What you gonna do about it? But the lemur meme actually came into like a running joke when we were in Vegas. And so we're gonna get into Vegas like just right off the bat. We're gonna dive headfirst into that because y'all, it was like we're not recovered still.
No, my body is still recovering. Like, I'm still not okay.
She fully broke a pinky toe.
I did. My pinky is still, I had to go to urgent care. It's fine. I got an x-ray. It's okay. But it was just a little swollen.
My feet have never hurt and we were dancers, cheerleaders. My feet have never hurt so badly in my entire life. I get home, my boyfriend, he makes me dinner. He was like, oh, like, do you want to go grab like silverware or something? And I literally was like, I stand up, I start limping. Like, I literally nearly fall over. And I was like, not today.
It's Vegas for you.
Not today. But I think the main takeaway, not even the pain, not even the broken toes, broken souls and egos, none of that. The main takeaway from Vegas for the Playgirls is that you can live a different whole life every day in every club. You can be a different person.
A whole different like persona.
Different name, different backstory. You can reinvent yourself per place you go.
And that's what makes it fun.
Yes.
Like you got to play the fucking bit and you got to stick to it.
Yes. Playgirls know how to play the motherfucking part.
Yes.
We played the part.
We played the part.
We played it
a little too well, actually.
Our Emmy's on the way, but like I don't even know if I want her. Like
don't
it's kind of
want her.
scary. So let's start with Takeoff. So it's Catherine's birthday.
It is.
We're celebrating her. Happy belated birthday, my lovely.
Thank you.
We get on the plane. Early flight.
Early flight. Also, why do we always choose the earliest fucking flights? We get 2 hours of sleep. We pack until like 3 a.m. We have to be at the airport at like 5 a.m. Why do we do that to ourselves?
Every time.
Like, why did we think getting to Vegas at 10 in the morning was a good idea?
I had 2 full checked bags. 2 full fucking checked bags with micro everything. Micro bikinis, micro
bikini.
shorts.
That's the thing. Tell me why whenever like we pack for a girls trip, especially in the summertime, we're like, oh, like we're not going to like use that much space in our suitcases. Like our outfits are this big. All we're packing is bikinis and like tiny micro dresses. Like how can we possibly fill up an entire suitcase? But somehow
we managed.
You had 2 full 70-pound checked bags.
Like straight up, they were heavy.
I had an entire LV duffel bag that's now stolen, fully packed.
Shout out LV bag.
And a whole suitcase filled to the brim. I don't know what we do.
It defies the laws of nature.
It does.
The math isn't mathing. It doesn't make sense.
No.
So we arrive. Had a good, like, pretty, like, chill first day.
Yeah, we had to get our bearings, like, kind of, like, walk the strip for a little bit.
Friday, our era was absolutely, like, wholesome. Demure. We only went to 1 club.
1 club.
1 DJ.
Went home before 3 a.m.
I mean, we were healthy.
Health and wellness.
We didn't live that life again.
Never.
We kicked it the fuck off.
Oh, we did.
So the big thing that Catherine wanted the whole weekend, she was like, I have to see John Summit.
And also, he was playing on my birthday.
Yes.
The day. So I'm like, we have to make it in.
So we go.
We get to the day club. The promoter that we were going through, love him, kind sir.
Also, why is everyone named Brandon or Ryan in Vegas?
Why?
Hold on. Hold the fuck up.
Let's talk about that.
Every single man we met, promoter, non-promoter, just people.
Yes.
Like Ryan or Brandon
Brandon.
with an O-N, not
Yep.
an E-N,
O-N.
Why?
I don't know.
So fucking weird.
So anyway, our promoter, Ryan, he puts us in this section, and it's a full section of all girls, which is like cute. Love. But here's the issue. There was no alcohol.
Not 1 drop.
There's about 30 girls, not 1 bottle.
And we are at a full club surrounded
Yes.
by sweaty people, loud music.
Yes.
It's hot as fuck. And I was like, we don't have water. We don't have alcohol.
And also, we were starving.
like, we don't expect to show up and have like shit served, right?
No.
It was because we were told ahead of time. They were like, oh, it's going to be like a buffet.
Unlimited food, unlimited drinks. We're like, great.
Yeah.
We don't
So
even need to eat.
We didn't eat anything beforehand because of that. We didn't like pregame because of that.
No.
Like there was a lot of things we would have done and like taken shit into our own hands. But like we were like, oh, okay, we're fine.
Yeah.
We weren't
not
fine.
And you were like, if I don't eat, I will leave.
I need you guys to picture the Snickers commercials.
You were getting
I
hangry.
need you to picture like the Chewbacca, like Wookiee in the woods, like coming out and like busting down trees. That was me.
That was you.
I was the Snickers commercial.
Yes. So I was like, you know what? Let's just DoorDash. So we fully DoorDash Panera to the club.
Getting this Panera was a fucking ordeal. It was such an ordeal because you can't bring food in because they serve food. So I'm in my little bikini, my heels. I grabbed security before leaving. I was like, I'm going to be right back. And they were like, well, where are you going? And I was like, no, I'm just going to go get food. And she's like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, I have sandwiches coming. I literally go, I have sandwiches. And she was like, oh, okay. So I walk down like good half mile to the front of the hotel. And I'm trying to walk in with the food.
So I'm like, we had to smuggle Panera into the club.
Catherine's like, no, just put the sandwich in your bikini. I was like, Catherine, where? Literally where? I'm in a string bikini. What do you...
Well, you were wearing like a mesh like skirt to cover it.
That was
and I
see-through. And you're like, no, just shove it.
No, in my mind, it would have worked.
And I'm like, no, just meet me at the fucking front. So I like see her literally toss the Panera bag over the security line. She grabs it like a linebacker, grabs it,
Not
runs.
the linebacker.
And then I just come around the corner to see you guys, like a group of girls, scarfing Panera.
I ate the entire sandwich. I was like revived. I was like, thank God.
like 0.5 seconds.
Yep.
Yep.
Inhaled.
Then it's booth time.
So that's when our promoter was like, you know, at 2:45, I'm going to move you to the DJ booth. And I was like, great. Just ate a whole sandwich, have a couple drinks in me. I'm feeling fantastic. Put me in the fucking booth.
Put me in, coach.
Put me in, coach. He puts us in the section and we're just like waiting and waiting for John Summit to come out. There's a whole group of girls in front of us and I was like determined to get into the front because I was like, there's no way I'm going to be sitting in the back.
On my birthday.
On my birthday, I am shoving through these fucking girls.
Catherine was a warrior.
I'm like, come on, you're with me.
This bitch starts throwing elbows,
I
man.
was elbowing.
Like, John Summit hasn't even started playing, and she's like...
I'm like, we got to get at the front.
He comes out. We're, like, right behind him the
whole time.
Entire time.
We were his backup dancers.
fully, because Playgirls are in the front row.
We're in the front.
Playgirls
You're
are
never in the back.
Front fucking row. So that was life number like 2 or 3 is like we fully became John Summit's backup
And
dancers.
also my favorite part is that he had a bottle of 1942 and he just kept handing it to me the entire time, just like feeding me shots. And I was like, I love you.
Yeah, I mean,
thanks,
you're
Johnny.
practically dating.
I know, we're practically married.
So while like Catherine's drinking the 1942, having a blast, living her best life, we're fighting for our spots the whole time while drunk, while trying to dance and look cute because we're literally in the front. So we're like, dancey, dancey, elbow, dancey, dancey, elbow.
Literally.
One point, I kind of like stepped back. This is a little much for me. So I was like, I'm going to take a step back for a
Yeah.
second. Fully make best friends with this group of girls. And what I thought was going to be a great friendship ended up becoming more than that. So at one point, I'm dancing with this girl, and I was like, wow, she's so friendly. She's, like, so nice.
Like a little too friendly.
And then she, like, grabbed my ass a few times, and on the, like, 4th time, I was like, this feels a touch intentional. This doesn't feel like, oh, whoopsie, like, you're hot, smack your ass. This is, like...
It's like, I want you.
a nice lift. And so she was like, do you need lip gloss? And I was like, yeah, sure. Thinking, like, this is so, like, girl's girl. Fully, she grabs my face, just starts making out with me, and I was like, fuck it.
And I love how I had no idea this was going on behind me because
Nope.
I was just like in the front row, just like getting it.
And I was like, you didn't see my girlfriend? I fully have a girlfriend
She
now.
was hot though. I was like, get it, Annabelle.
So I told my boyfriend, I was like, so I definitely did kiss a girl. He was like, was she at least hot? I was like, yeah. I was like, I have standards, baby. I have standards.
We love a supportive man.
But it was really funny because as we're leaving the club, we're coming off of like the high of like being in the music, being in the atmosphere, literally like the best set I've ever seen. And then we step out of the club and like, obviously the illusion kind of gets shattered a little bit. Like
Yeah.
reality comes back in a bit. And I was like, wait, I can't hear you. And you were talking to me and I was like,
wait, I can't hear either. My ears were fully ringing and they would not stop.
they didn't stop until 2 days
2 days later.
We couldn't hear for days.
I thought my ears were just stuck like that. I was like, I would really like to hear again. Like, am I stuck like this forever?
I'd really love one of my 5 senses back.
Would like to hear eventually. That would be nice. I did enjoy hearing.
I would greatly appreciate hearing again. And the best bit is I fully had earplugs. I fully brought earplugs to the club because I was like, oh, it's going to be really loud. While I'm literally staring at these like 5-foot speakers that were next to for 4 fucking
4 hours. It was like the speaker was you and I was like right here. Like that's how close we were to the speakers on the fucking DJ booth.
I'm staring at those speakers and I'm staring at us and I was like, oh, maybe it's time. Like when the music really started bumping, I was like, maybe it's time to put my earplugs in. So I literally like kind of lean and I was like, well, is Johnny wearing them? I was like, well, Johnny's not wearing earplugs. So like, I don't need to wear earplugs.
We don't need earplugs. John's not wearing them.
If John's not wearing them, we don't need them.
No,
so
we're like, fuck
an
it.
earplug.
Fucking earplug. We're fine. Raw dogged the entire set. When he probably fully had earplugs in, we just couldn't see them.
He probably actually has like really like good ones.
Like industrial, like professional.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or he knows really good sign language.
Yeah. Either one.
He just brails. He just brails his DJ sets. One of the two. But I fully was like, Johnny's not wearing it. I don't need it. Yeah. So like we couldn't hear for a good bit.
But like worth it.
If we lost our hearing,
10,000% worth it. I would do it again.
we're probably actually screaming right now. We just don't even.
We're probably still dead.
Probably been screaming for the last like multiple days. We've probably just been screaming at everyone, and everyone's like, "What is their problem?
Like, why are they so loud?"
We were loud before. We just went up 2 notches.
Yeah.
So that was another identity. I fully had a lesbian lover. We were backup dancers.
Best day of my life.
So we didn't think we could top it. We thought that was the peak. We thought that was the pinnacle. We were like, wow, that was the best day we're ever going to have.
Like Sunday's going to be chill. It's going to be relaxed.
Relaxing.
Yep.
It fully turned into us joining a reunion of 40 to 50-year-olds, millionaires and billionaires that dropped $10,000 on us in a single day and may or may not be part of an organized crime organization.
How do we even talk about this? I'm like scared to tell it, kind of.
My mom is going to listen to this part and be like, Annabelle. Hold on, I'm getting a drink for this story because I'm like nervous to tell this story. So let's get into Sunday. Keep this in mind. We're with a girl group. They all leave on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So it's straight up just Catherine and I.
It's you and me, babe.
Just you and me, bitch. The Playgirls were out to fucking play.
Out. Honestly, every time it's me and you.
It's scary.
But I mean, I live for it. I love it. Because I'm like, what are we going to get into?
No one even knows. Not even the universe. No one fucking knows.
No.
It's literally like a roll of the dice. It's like, all right, let's roll with it.
Russian roulette, babe.
No, literally.
Yes.
So it's Mexican roulette. So, Sunday.
We get to Marquee with our promoter, Brandon.
Brandon.
Also, he was hot.
Hot as fuck.
So hot. We walk in and we're like, there's nobody here.
No one.
There's maybe a total of like 20 people in the pool. Yep. There's like a few people in the booths. But we're like, oh, okay. Like we wanted to
low key.
We wanted to chill Sunday anyway. This is great. This one guy grabs us and he's like, hey, come drink in my section. And they have signs, a whole like group of people were like, oh, like what are you guys celebrating? Like this looks like a reunion of some sort.
Everyone's like 40 to 50.
Yes.
Clearly really good friends. And we're like, this must be a birthday celebration.
Must be a birthday celebration. So come to find out, they're all celebrating their friend losing weight from Ozempic.
It's an Ozempic party.
It's an Ozempic party. I think that's fucking funny.
Oh, Ozempic, skinny parts. Ow! That was a song that we made up, and the crowd went wild for that one.
The crowd went wild.
They lost it, and we were like, yeah, we're funny.
Yes. So we get to chit-chat with these people, and we're like, oh, like these are cool people. Like we like them.
So the main guy, his name makes sense in a bit. We're going to call him Prison Pete.
We love Prison Pete.
We love Prison Pete. So PP, Prison Pete, I was talking to him and I was like, oh, like, what do you do? Like, you know, just asking about like their lives, jobs, whatever. And he was like, oh, I own companies. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, what company?
What companies do you own?
He was like, oh, multiple. I was like, but like what kind? But like what company? And I was like, oh, okay, that's really cool. Like, what industry? And he was like, across industries. And I was like, again, what industries?
Very vague. So we were like,
odd.
Red flag.
And I was like, okay, just a private guy. Private life, private guy, like, whatever.
And then the other guy.
And then I'm talking to the other guys, and they're all like, oh, we've been friends for so many years. Like, you know, this guy I've been friends with for 24 years. This guy for 25 years. This guy for like 20. And I'm like, that's so cool. Like, where did you guys all meet? And they're like, oh, you know. I was like, no, I don't know.
Nobody could tell us how they met, but they somehow all knew each other.
The exact year amount they've known each other.
Year for 20 years.
You know the exact moment you became friends, but you can't tell me where you became friends? I was like, again, odd, but whatever. She's about to spit out her drink.
I'm just like reliving this moment in my head, and I'm just thinking about how fucked up of a situation that we were in. Sorry.
I didn't know.
And we had no idea.
So
Okay.
it goes really downhill if you can't tell.
So then they were like, hey, let's go to Tao.
This place is lame.
Yeah,
and we
this
were
place
like,
is lame.
so agreed.
Yeah, agreed. We leave Marquee. We hop in a Sprinter van.
Yep.
Which, thank God, I've been wanting to get in a Sprinter all weekend.
Catherine manifested that
I
shit.
manifested the Sprinter.
While we're on the way there, I literally was like, wow, we are fully in a van with people we don't know. Good amount of men. There were some women. So
There
that
was
like that
women.
made me feel
There was
better.
men and women. It
Yeah,
wasn't just
It wasn't
us.
just like
yeah.
guys.
And the girls were like cute. They were fun.
Cool. They were cool. Granted, we are a full like 20 years younger than every other person there, but it was cute.
It was like a family trip. Like mom and dad.
We literally joined a whole family.
We did. We were like their daughters.
We were actually the same age as some of their daughters.
No, I know. That was the scary part.
That's scary. So we go up to Tao. The booth that we're in, I shit you not, we walk up to like 20 fucking people.
Lit.
Like all this friend reunion.
Friend reunion.
Friend reunion. They order us fully as soon as we arrive. They're like, okay, what do you want?
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh,
Yeah.
well, we can do this.
Yes.
This we can do.
So I was like, Casamigos and a Dom P. And
Yes.
he was like, done.
So we fully invaded a group of like 20 plus year friendships. There's no one else that's a rando besides us two. And we fully get 2 personal bottles and a sign.
And it says Catherine with a C.
And we're just like,
We turn it into my birthday party.
we're like, wow, thank you for coming to Catherine's party. Thank you for coming out to celebrate her.
Literally. Everything seemed great. And then Prison Pete pulls us aside and he's like, hey, we're going to dinner tonight. Come with us. And we were like, okay.
Why the fuck not?
He was like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll have my driver come pick you guys up and drive you there. And, we'll see you guys there.
So we fully leave the club, have a personal driver waits at our hotel. We go upstairs, we get ready, freshen up. And as we're getting ready, we're like, so like, what do we actually know about these people? We don't know their jobs.
No.
We don't know how they know each other. We don't really know a whole lot of last names.
I barely knew their first names.
It's like, this is a little
sus.
peculiar.
But I was down for it. I was
We're
like,
like,
let's
I guess we'll figure it out at dinner.
let's go.
So we figured it out at dinner. Actually, the best bit is on the way to dinner. I had to ask the driver. I'm like, where are we going? And he was like, what do you mean? And we were like, no, like, where are you taking us?
Yes.
we don't
know. We just
don't
hopped
know.
in.
We just got in the car and we assumed you knew. And he was like, oh, you're going to the Wynn? And we were like, great.
Okay.
They took us to Delilah's.
Love.
Bougie, like 1920s,
Yes.
like roaring 20s vibe. Super, super classy, super fucking cool.
Really wish we would have dressed differently.
We looked good.
We looked really good, but just not for a classy 1920s speakeasy vibe restaurant.
We were dressed for the club.
We were dressed for the club.
Because we were fully going to go to a club after
Yeah.
that to see Diplo.
Yes.
We walk in to dinner.
We stood out a little bit.
Also, just the fact that we had made it, this is literally a friend reunion of many years in the making, and somehow we're the ones that
We're
are
there.
sitting at dinner with everybody.
With everybody.
And we were like, what?
It was a table of like 15, 20
Yes.
people. Like massive. We were the biggest table in there.
And then there's just us two.
Yeah.
Like sticking
We're just
out like-
there.
and we're just there.
We're like, hey.
Like, hey, besties.
Yeah.
We order dinner.
And also, I love how I was like, oh, like, they're paying for it. But I'm like, what do I order? Like, I don't want to order something too expensive. And they were like, no, get whatever you want. So I was like, I'll have the $150 Wagyu steak, please. Thank you.
You're acting so polite. You're like, I don't know what to get. I don't want to order. $150 steak.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
So we order these expensive ass dinners. We're chatting with everybody. It's a good time. By this point, there's a guy who's talking to me. We're going to call Hard Rock Ronnie.
We love Hard
We
Rock Ronnie.
love Ronnie.
He
Hard
was
Rock
such
Ronnie.
A nice guy.
I literally want to be best motherfucking friends with Hard
He
Rock
was
Ronnie.
funny.
I come to find out that Hard Rock Ronnie, which is yet another sign of like, what is really going on here? Is this man fully worked at the Hard Rock Cafe for like 10 plus years? But then also somehow managed to be like a millionaire. So I was like, wait. So I'm like asking this whole man's life story.
Like, what's
'cause
the timeline?
I dive into life stories. So I was like, the timeline isn't timelining. I was like, what do you mean I'm like doing numbers in my head. I was like,
It's like that meme of all the numbers.
No, I'm like
You're
this. I'm like, wait. What is the fuck is going on here? So he was apparently like a server for 10 years, bartender, like worked at a Hard Rock cafe, then had some investors in Maui that he then opened up a business. And I was like, how did you get investors in Maui when you didn't live in Maui? And I was like, what is
like, what's going on? Who are these people?
Who are these people? Meanwhile, Catherine...
I was sitting next to Prison Pete. Our conversation got a little questionable. Mind you, this man is drunk by this point, so he's just saying anything and everything. So he starts telling me about his life, where he's all lived, his background, things like that. So then he goes, yeah, so I went to prison twice. And I'm like, oh, okay.
That's cute.
For what? And he was like, yeah, there's a few people that aren't here because of me. And I was like, I like gulped. I was like, okay. I'm like hitting Annabelle. Me and Annabelle are sitting next to each other. I'm like hitting her under the table. I'm like,
and I'm just like, wow, they're really hitting it off. I was like, wow, she's really falling in love over there.
And so then he's like, I know a lot of the cartel members. And I was like, oh.
So 2 + 2 is finally equaling 4? And we're like, oh. So you own a lot of businesses. And you conveniently took us to the restaurant that doesn't allow any photos, any recording, because you're not allowed to pull your phone out. And we're like,
yes.
Oh.
And I think the funniest thing is whenever he told me that he's made some people disappear before. And I was like, oh, were they at least bad people? And he was like, yeah, they were bad. And I was like, oh, well, then it's fine.
It's okay, babe.
It's okay, babe.
You put away the bad guys.
The bad guys. So, like, you're a hero.
You're my hero. A true Robin Hood.
Literally.
It's like those TikToks of people that are like, the bar is so low that you'll justify anything. You're like, okay, you may have made people disappear, but like, were they bad?
Were they bad?
They were?
That's okay.
Okay, then.
It's fine.
So this is fine.
I'll justify anything.
So meanwhile, everything is like starting to really fucking make sense for Catherine. I'm fully in the dark. I have no idea.
You have no idea.
I'm talking about extreme sports, and out of nowhere, I just get a tap on my leg like this, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And Catherine's like, Annabelle, we're going to Cabo. And I was like, what do you mean we're going to Cabo? She's like, Annabelle, we're going to Cabo. And I was like, oh, that's great. And then her eyes are like this.
Yes.
And I was like, what? I am so missing something. So then I get past the phone. They fully have a $20 million home in Cabo. And I was like,
cute.
I was like, okay, so we're rich. I was like, wow, that's a beautiful home. Hope to go. And you just keep giving me danger eyes.
Yes.
And I was like, there's something I'm really not tracking here. Like, I'm not following. So then she's like, we're going to go to the bathroom. And I was like, okay.
I'm like, we need to debrief.
It's like, okay, stand up. So we go to the bathroom. She yanks me into the stall. Catherine literally grabs my hand, pulls me in, and you're like, we need to talk. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
I literally pull you in. We're in, not even in the big stall. We're like in the tiny one. We're face to face. I said, Annabelle, we're at dinner with the cartel.
My mouth drops. I was like, what? And I mean, what do you mean?
I said, Prison Pete. He's been to prison.
And we were like, oh, maybe it's time to go. So we're like, okay, brainstorm. How do we get out of this? We're like, okay, so this is a little sus. We need to get out of this. Like, okay.
Yes.
Let's be super polite. Let's say this, and this.
Yes.
And so we like walk out there, literally bills getting paid, thousands of dollars. Thousands of
dollar dinner.
Can't even imagine how much that was. So we walk out and we're like,
I didn't even get to finish my steak.
Tragic.
It was so good.
It looked so good.
Yes.
So then we walk up to them and we're like, hey guys, we actually have some friends that are at, which we did. We knew some people that were at XS that I told we would meet up with. So it wasn't a lie, but I was like, we're going to go meet up with some friends. Like, it was so nice getting to meet y'all, and thanks for dropping like 10 grand on us in
Yeah.
8 hours, 5 hours, however many hours. I was like, so nice to meet you guys. Bye. And then they were like, okay, have a great night. We go to the next club.
We just dip.
We leave.
And that was probably the craziest thing I've ever done.
We still have the free trip to Cabo on the books.
Oh my God. We cannot go to fucking Cabo. We will get kidnapped.
Okay, but like,
that definitely sounds
what if we did?
like a human trafficking situation. And
But,
I
like-
will not be attending.
but like, what if we did?
we will disappear, babe.
But we're not bad guys.
Facts. We're the good ones.
We're the good ones, so we're
the good ones, so
safe.
we're safe.
We're safe, duh. So we fully lived a whole life with a friend reunion that was potentially probably like the cartel, or at least ties to the cartel, and like they've been to prison, and like that was really cute.
That was cute.
It was
Very
really
demure.
cute. I'm really glad that we're a part of the friend group now. But all that to say, Playgirls know how to play the fucking role.
We do. Once you commit to the bit, you got to just go with it, and you can't
Back out.
You can't back out.
So that's why we're gonna get into plays of the fucking week.
Plays of the week.
I was kind of like in harmony. I think we're about to start a girl band about this.
I mean, okay.
So the play of this week is basically to play the motherfucking part.
Play the bit.
So setting the scene, Carmen and Amber, they're on a girls' trip, and they're like, wow, everything about this kind of feels like normal.
Yeah.
Not that spicy. The guys we're talking to, normal.
Normal.
The things we're doing,
Normal.
This just doesn't feel quite like the experience
I need
we're
a little
wanting.
spice.
A little spice.
Yes.
A little bit of spice to the situation. So that's when you commit to a fucking bit and you play a fucking part, guys. I'm talking like you become sisters. Your best friend, you're now sisters. You come up with a backstory. Make something up, y'all. You see a bachelorette trip, Jenny, that's your homegirl.
That's my homegirl.
That's your fucking sister now. You're fucking best friends now. Like, that's the energy you need. Like, you run with the fucking bit. And there's levels to it.
Oh, there's so many different levels to it.
You can start at a good level 3, the lowest level, which is where it's like only involving you. It's a light little, it's like dipping your toe in the,
Your toe in.
like you could go by a different name. Cute, lighthearted, jokes, funny.
Yeah, funny. Haha.
You could have a different job.
Different job, live in a different city.
Level 2, you start engaging like with your girlfriend. So if I start involving Catherine in it, we're in a level 2 situation.
Yes.
We do that a lot.
We do that often.
We're sisters often. We live in a different city together often. Yeah, like if you meet us at a bar, I hate to break it to you, we've probably told you a different place that we live.
And it's never the same place.
Never the same.
And we always have to talk about it before we go on the trip. We're always like, okay, what's going to be the bit this weekend?
Fully.
And we have to like fully get the story right, like get our names right, get the city right.
Like we were on the flight to Vegas and she was like, so what's our bit for the
What's our
weekend?
bit?
Then you have level 1. Level 1 involves the entire motherfucking club, the entire room. You've created a whole cast of characters at this
Yes.
point. Like when we were with the cartel, level 1.
Level 1.
Level fucking 1.
Yes.
We were fully inducted into an entire group of people living an entirely different life.
Also, I love how these guys didn't even know our real names. Like we were fully Carmen and Amber, and they fully thought that that's what our names were,
And we're from LA.
and that we're from LA and we're sisters. And they still have no idea who the fuck we are, and I think that's hilarious.
We're actually just spies.
We're just spies.
It's cute.
We are the FBI.
We
are the FBI.
And they're literally the cartel.
And they're the cartel. Wait! That's bad.
That's funny.
That's funny.
But like sometimes you do fully get caught.
Oh my God. You do. So this group of guys that we met at XS, we were like, yeah, our name is this and this. Like, we're from LA. Turns out we had mutuals with these people. So one of them knew who we were. But they were just letting us keep going on with our bit.
Probably see how long we ran for it.
This guy follows me on Instagram, and I keep talking about my life, blah, blah, blah.
LA's great.
LA is great. And he fully turns to me and he goes, no, you're not. I followed you on Instagram. Fully calls me out. And I'm like, you got me. sue me.
Sue me.
Sue me.
You got me.
And he thought it was funny. And I was like, yeah, we just do a bit every time we go out. And he was like,
You told him that?
yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Never talk about Fight Club. Number one rule of Fight Club. Never talk about Fight Club.
I got nervous because I didn't want to see like I was lying. So he was like, you're not from LA. I followed you on Instagram. And I was like, oh, you got me. I was like, yeah, we have a bit. He was like, I get it. It's fine.
So sometimes you do get caught, but like roll with it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Roll with it.
So anyway, Playgirls know how to fucking play the part. And now let's do some Playgirl fucking problems. How about that?
Oh, so many fucking Playgirl problems.
We are the Playgirl problems.
I am the problem.
We the problem?
No, I'm never the problem. That doesn't even sound right.
Of course it's not you.
No.
It's never you.
Could never be me.
Could never be you.
I'm never the problem.
No. By the way, write into questions. I had to think about it for a second. Write into questions at playgirlplaybook.com to get your things read as well, because we know you have problems too.
Yes. We want to hear from you guys, so please write in.
Write the fuck in.
Okay, cool. The first one, this is so me-coded. I just found out my boyfriend was cheating on me. We have a trip planned next week that's already booked. Do I confront him and cancel the trip, or do I still go and break up with him after? I really want to go on the trip, but I can't even look at him right now without being disgusted. Oh. What do I do? Do I go or do I not? That one is bad.
That is, the tea is piping hot.
The tea is hot. What do you think?
If you can stomach it, this is what I would do. Absolutely go. Absolutely fucking go. And the second your feet hit the pavement of that new place, you're single.
You're single, babe.
You're single. Go fucking live it up.
Maybe go get another hotel and don't even stay with him. Just be like, you're on your own, buddy.
Literally leave him at the hotel. He wakes up one night, you're not there.
Gone.
You're gone.
Gone.
You're gone. Were you abducted? Don't know.
Don't know.
I think you leave a little note being like, I won't be back. I think you go Gone Girl on his ass. Like,
honestly, love that.
Suck it up for the next few days and then make it the most memorable breakup of his motherfucking life.
I love
That's
that.
what I say.
I second that. I'm going to say exactly that. Do that. Because if you don't go on the trip, you're out of money. If you paid for it. You're out of You're out of money. And now you're depressed after the breakup and you're just at home when you could be on a trip living your best life anyway. Yeah. So fucking go, girl. Do your thing.
And like, he might be in the same country, but hear me out. You're not on the trip with him.
No.
You fully, absolutely dip. Okay, next one. I threw a drink in a girl's face at the club the other night. She kept bumping into me on purpose and not apologizing when I asked her nicely to stop. She just kept laughing at me with her friends behind my back. So I eventually snapped and threw a vodka soda all over her. Really regretting it right now the next day, but she low-key deserved it. Should I feel bad?
Coming from a girl that has had a drink thrown on me before, I'm going to say it sucked. It was not fun. And I didn't deserve it because I didn't do anything wrong.
No, you didn't.
But that girl that you had just read, she sounds like a bitch.
Raging bitch.
And if she's not only purposely hitting you and also laughing at you, I think she deserves it. I wouldn't feel bad at all. And also, a vodka soda, that's a clear drink. So it's not even going to leave a stain.
If it was a vodka cranberry,
I'd feel a little bad.
She'd have to do a lot worse.
Yes.
The clearness of your drink has to relate to the level of the activity they're doing.
Yes.
So the worse they are, the darker the drink. The less like of the crime, the clearer the drink. Yeah. No, the throwing of drinks that's committing.
I know.
That is committing to being like, we're gonna have a vendetta the rest of our lives. Like, you could never forgive someone who threw a drink on you. Like, I could never.
Never.
You've thrown a drink on someone, haven't you? Have you?
My ex-boyfriend. Fully deserved it.
He deserved the most food dye of red cranberry. Literally, like, stain your eyeballs red. He deserved that kind of drink.
He did, but it was water, unfortunately. But it was a full Stanley Cup full of ice water, so I think he deserved it.
Not the literal Stanley becoming a weapon.
Honestly, he deserved it, and I don't regret it at all.
You should never regret that. Never.
No.
But we're moving on to bigger and better things.
Way bigger and better things.
Quite literally bigger. And better. So one little thing that Catherine did not share about Vegas is a cute little quirky airplane moment.
Yeah, so the last day that we were in Vegas, we had to get an earlier flight because we were just so ready to get the fuck out of there. So we got an earlier flight. We weren't even supposed to be on this flight. And I got sat next to a very attractive man. And I have a date this week.
Yes, she does.
So we'll get into that in the next episode.
We'll debrief that next time. But airplane boy,
We're coming for you.
we're coming for you. Hopping on flight Playgirl Playbook. Hopping on flight PP.
all aboard.
All aboard the flight PJPP. No, she literally stepped off the plane with a whole new man that I came out of literally nowhere. And she walks off and I was like, I think that man is with her. I think this random stranger is actually with her. And I'm on the phone with my boyfriend. I was like, I think Catherine has picked up a man on the plane. And
Only me.
And sure as shit, we'll inform you guys next week.
Stay tuned. And that's all we have for tonight, Playgirls.
Have a great rest of your night. Have a great fucking weekend. And that is it for the Playgirl Playbook. Episode motherfucking 3.
Episode 3. Good night.